Hi, welcome to Lori Tries Life. I am Lori.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
I am going to address this video to Ben at Beneficial Tarot. He's got a brand new tarot channel that I think you'll like. I'm already smitten with him. Ben is a lovely young man. Oh, that makes me sound old. I am old. He said that he loves big decks. I love big decks. D-E-C-K-S. And I thought today I would show him, and anyone that likes large decks, a few in my collection, and also refer you to other decks that are also large. So shout out to big decks. Woo! Today we are looking at big decks. The first one that I would like to show you is the Monstero Tarot deck. And it is a larger deck, and we are going to use this universal weight, which is a standard size tarot. And I'm not going to do a review of each video. Someone is calling. Okay, the Monstero Tarot by Joanna Nelson, if you don't know, is an awesome deck. It's one of my favorite. I think it's 350 GSM, which is the best you can get. Matte, these little monsters. If you don't know, you can look at my flip through of this. I don't do really big hard reviews because I think you just want to see the deck. You can get big hard reviews from other channels. So this is a lovely, beautiful, wonderful deck that I cannot help but promote shamelessly. There's no shame in it because I don't get any money. There's candle wax there. Okay, so this is going to be a short video. This is how big it is. And this is my first pick, not necessarily in any order. You get a nice little white booklet. No pictures, but hey, it's great. And it comes in a really sturdy magnetic box, not a large box, just enough to fit the cards. Easy peasy. The second deck is, can I do this, Jimmy? Is by her as well. If you like these little figures more than the figures I just showed you, I actually like the Monstero Tarot better. But this is also a lovely deck. I have a side-by-side of it if you want to see it. But this is going to be a quick video. I can refer you to my other flip-throughs of it. But this is also an extra large. It's a larger deck. It's not one of the biggest that I have, but it's a large deck. And it's the Whispering Spirits Tarot deck by Joanna Nelson as well. And you get the same kind of beautiful little booklet. I like big decks, and I ain't gonna lie. Now you won't find this on many other channels because I don't know if people like it, but I love it. It's called the Phantasmagoric Theater Tarot, and that is by Graham Cameron. It's an older deck, and it has a Rugrats feel. I should show you the backs. It's a full 78 card tarot deck. These are all going to be tarot decks, no oracle decks, and this is the size comparison. So this is bigger than the Monstero or the Whispering Spirits. And there's a reason there's a 56th on there, but the little white booklet is really a little white booklet, and it's in my bedside table drawer, and I don't know where it's at exactly. But I better find it because I got to move, don't we, Jimmy? So this is a really carnival-ish type deck. Reminds me of Rugrats if they were demented. And I love it. I really, really love it. So this is another big deck. These, unless I tell you otherwise, they're RWS compatible clone type decks. So this is the Phantasmagoric Theater by Graham Cameron. The next deck, I do not have the big version. I have the mini version, and I will put on the screen how big the big version is. It's a big deck. I'll get a comparison to a deck, and I'll show you the dimensions on the screen. But this is one of my favorite decks. It's the Next World Tarot. If you don't have it, it's a must. It's a modern day tarot deck, very diverse, yeah, and it's got today's type imagery, like cities and, you know, that kind of thing. I guess ancient cities, but no, it's I've got the mini, and this is the backs. It's a really nice deck, very nicely made, and I apologize I don't have the big one, but I'll give you the dimensions, and I'm going to show you a deck that's about the same size. This next deck is about the same size as the Next World Tarot, and an RWS alert. It is not an RWS clone. It is one of my favorites. Now I'm going to say that all the time, aren't I? This is the Art of Life Tarot by Charlene Livingstone. And it flips up like that, and you can put slide a card of the day in there. And I won't do, well, okay, I'll do it. And you can ponder on that. But if you ever were an English major or liked English or fine art, you gotta have this deck. The back of it is Gustav Klimt, artist alert. And I love the shuffle. The reason I like big decks is because, especially if the cardstock is not that thick, which this isn't, or if it's a plastic cardstock, which I haven't found a large plastic cardstock deck, you can shuffle it by the sides, which I love to do. Don't I, Jimmy? It gives me a little bit of a rush. So it shuffles so easily side to side, and I haven't ruined the decks yet, but let me show you the size comparison. The Next World is probably about as big as this, maybe a little bit, I'll bet it's bigger. But as you can see, it is a scotch higher and a lot wider. I think Next World might be a little bit bigger. But what this does is she picks out I was saying before I got interrupted by the clock. That's not right. Let me, oh my gosh. Okay, so 6 of Cups. If you think of the meaning as nostalgia and memories, it gives you a fine art painting, which this is the Red Kerchief by Monet, and is in our very own Ohio Cleveland Arts Museum. It says, God gave us memory so that we might have roses in December, by Sir J.M. Barrie. So it gives you a fine art print or reproduction and a famous quote that she believes matches the meaning of the card. So I've had this for a while. I'm jazzed about this. I love this deck, don't I, Jimmy?
You love it.
The King of Wands. Self-confidence is the first requisite to great undertakings. And it has Napoleon. Here's the Gustav Klimt again. Three of Wands. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. Robert Louis Stevenson. I love these quotes. You know me, and I'm in a big English college thing. I was the big man on campus. They called me Biff. No, I'm just trying to make my producer, Randy, that's your name, laugh. Okay. So I had the Eight of Cups in my Self-Compassion Tarot adventure, which I'm still on. And this, she put that as in each loss there is a gain, as in every gain there is a loss. And with each ending comes a new beginning. So, as you know, I should have it out if I were a good tarot tuber, but it's a man walking away from the cups off into a higher landscape. So this does capture a little bit, yeah. And this is, I don't know who this painter is, but it does depict. Okay, all right, producer.
Look.
Okay, so I have a few of my favorites that I will show you. Hope I don't cut them off like I usually do. The Star. This is Vincent van Gogh detail. If thou follow thy star, thou canst not fail of a glorious heaven. Dante Alighieri. This is one of my favorites, Queen of Cups. Blessed is the influence of one true loving human soul on another. George Eliot. You know George Eliot was a woman? I believe. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Am I right or am I right? Death. Klimt. Death twitches in my ear. Live, he says, I am coming. Oh, that's Virgil. The Emperor. First say to yourself, what would you be? And then do what you have to do. Epic. I never can pronounce that right. That guy. Page of Cups. This is a beautiful, is it Rossetti? No, it's not. Sorry. Cut that out. Lord. Don't know what I'm doing. Heaven forbid. There is no instinct like that of the heart. Lord Byron. Can we buy lordships? Can you be a lord? Can a woman?
If you have enough money, you can probably do whatever you want.
Can a woman be a lord, or does she have to be a lady?
She might be a lordette.
I ain't no lady.
She's a lordette.
Eight of Swords. This is a favorite one, although Christopher Columbus was horrid, wasn't he? You can never cross the ocean, Randy. You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Beautiful. Five of Cups. I got this in my Self-Compassion VR. Better by far you should forget and smile than you should remember and be sad. Rossetti, Christina Rossetti. She was a poetress. Four of Swords. My sun sets to rise again. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. This is a good one. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. Lao Tzu. And then the last one I'll show you is the Wheel of Fortune, which I got in my Self-Compassion tarot tag. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. Do you know who said that? Whoever was in Ecclesiastics.
Oh.
So we're going to put that as our guiding card. So this is another large deck. This is an RWS alert. It does not necessarily really follow the RWS system. It tries to, but I'll tell you, if I didn't have the things on the bottom, I might not know what it is. Okay, so you get a nice booklet, no pictures. It is a larger deck, not largest, actually I shouldn't say. It's larger than the average tarot deck, but it's not huge, but it's kind of a surreal deck. I really enjoy it. It's a good cardstock, a little glossy. The backs are okay. They're kind of lackluster. I mean, they don't have much character to it or personality or color. But it's a rather shiny deck. It's a surreal deck, and if you saw that, would you know that that's the Six of Swords? That's why I say it does not necessarily follow. I put this back in order. Tarot of the Pines made me do it. So this is a really beautiful surreal deck that is a little bit larger. It's gilded with silver, and it's a little bit larger than an average tarot deck. This deck is also a deck that does not necessarily follow the RWS. I don't think without the guidance of the little image on the corner that I would be able to follow it. You get that. It's a really very personal deck. The artist has come up with. It's the Shimmering Veil by Scylla Conway, and it has in the corner the suit and the number. This is 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Coins. This is Wands, or no, I'm sorry, this is a major arcana because it's in Roman numerals. It's the Lover's card. That is the Four of Air, which would be Four of Swords. That's Seven of Water, which would be Seven of Cups. So it really doesn't follow. This is a Magician. The King of Water. Looks like The Shape of Things, that movie, doesn't it?
It does.
It does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Cups. Four, that's the Emperor. The Warrior of Fire, so that would be the Knight of Fire. It is a very emotional deck for me. It's a very shadowy deck. It's a really good deck to look inward. Chariot. Seven of Pentacles. Two of Swords. But the backs are pretty. Some decks are gilded, mine isn't. And this is, it's a larger tarot deck. Nine of, that is definitely a Nine of Swords card, isn't it? But you can't really for sure tell until you look at it. So this is a beautiful artsy deck. I would think it's a very artsy, very personal, shadow-like deck. I love it. I think, should I say that every tarot lover should have this deck? I'm going to say it, but doesn't make it true. But I do love this. As you can tell, I'm very partial to it. You can get the giant RWS anywhere, like on Amazon. This is kind of like the giant RWS. See, I love this. This is my favorite oversized RWS deck. Because it is so clear. I love the crackle back. This is by Stein, I think. It's called CS Tarot by Make Playing Cards, and I will link it below for sure. But I love it because it's so big. I've got it just recently, but as you can see, this is how large it is. So it is a really large deck. It doesn't come with any boxes. That's why I have it in a bag. But it's really big, especially for us who are getting on and our eyesight is not that great. But I like that it has, look, we know it's 6 of Swords. It doesn't need to say it. It does have the world in kind of old lettering, which I like. Olden day. It's just, I love it. I love the feel of it. It's a make playing card feel, which is really quality. And I just like the image is so big because you can, especially to study with, you can really see all the different creepy baby symbology. And this is one of my favorite cards. Memories light the corners of my mind. Barbra Streisand. Yeah, beautiful. This, I think, would have to be you have to get it. Ben, you have to get it if you want a big deck. Big deck. You can edge it however you want. I like it. I like it. Okay, so unfortunately, every other deck I own is boxed up as we are moving. But those are the ones that I could think of that are tarot decks that I think you would like, Ben, that are larger, or to anyone, that are larger than the norm, that I think every tarot collector or reader must have. Of course, that is my opinion and certainly not gospel, but these are the ones I really love. If you go to Eclectic Tarot, and I'm going to link that below as well, they have a lot of decks you can sort through. So you can sort through, do I want a small deck? Tiny decks are there. Mini decks are there. You can sort different ways, different eras, black and white decks, but you can also sort for large decks. My kitty. Okay, it's messy, but there's my kitty. Gracie. She's out. She is out. And there's Randy at the controls. And okay, so I am going to end here, as I think that's enough. And you guys, thanks for hanging with me, and Godspeed. Take care until we meet again. Bye-bye. Any words?
Have a good day. A good weekend.
Have a good weekend. They may see this a year from now.
Well,
Maybe
it's
Monday.
always a weekend coming.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.